Hi everyone, welcome to hashtag Coffee with Kai here on Hello Doctor PH. I am Kai Magsanok, Editor-in-Chief of Hello Doctor Philippines. And with us today in our special series of interviews with the new Binibining Pilipinas Queens is none other than Miss Samantha Alexandra Panlilio. She is our new Binibining Pilipinas Grand International. So, hi Sam, welcome to Hello Doctor.
Hi, Ms. Kai. Thank you so much for inviting me today. Very excited to speak with you.
Of course, of course. And I'm very excited to get to know you, right? Because we have so many pageants in the Philippines, but it's really important for the Filipinos to know who they are supporting, right?
Of
They
course.
want to get to know you better. So please, Sam, please tell us more about yourself. You know, for the people who weren't able to follow Binibining Pilipinas this year and they're meeting you for the first time, what would you like them to know about you?
Yes. So, hello to everyone watching. My name is Samantha Panlilio. I am this year's Miss Grand Philippines 2021. Just a little background about myself. I was born and raised here in the Philippines. I went to school, high school here in Las Piñas in Southville. Afterwards, I moved to the US for 7 years to attain my degree in business and computer science. So I was a coder, and I'm still a big geek when it comes to computer stuff. And after which, I worked there for a while as a digital account manager. And then 2 years ago, I moved back to the Philippines so that I can help with the family business. And we specialize in land development, hotels, and resorts. And that's when I also decided to join Binibini.
What made you join Binibining Pilipinas, Sam?
Yeah, so when I moved back, I really wanted to challenge myself and put myself out of my comfort zone. I wanted to do something for myself and also kind of reacquaint with the Filipino culture because I've been gone for so long. And yeah, I just really wanted to put myself out there. And I thought Binibini would be such an amazing platform so that I could also grow as a woman, realize more of my advocacies and what I'm passionate about. And on top of that, I have a lot of family friends who have joined Binibini in the past. And upon finding out that my Tita Myrna Panlilio was actually the first Binibini Pilipinas Universe winner in 1964, I was just compelled to join the pageant. I mean, who wouldn't? I really just wanted to raise that Panlilio flag yet again in pageantry.
So it really runs in the family.
Yes, legacy.
But I'm pretty sure when your tita joined in what year was that?
1964, the first Binibini ever.
Okay, so but I'm guessing Sam during her time and your time, the competition has of course become more
Involved.
different, right? Yeah, it has
Yes.
evolved, especially
Yes.
with digital media, right?
Yeah.
The way people are voting, the way people are giving you their support. But so how has the pageant made a difference for you, especially now that you're one of the queens?
Well, it's just been so amazing ever since coronation night. I can't even begin to comprehend how much support I've been getting. But on a more personal note, I feel that I have really grown as a woman. I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people say this throughout pageantry. However, it is so true. Like every time you join something, or they give you a new task to do in Binibini, you always put your best foot forward. And upon doing that, you also discover things about yourself. And usually they are positive things and lovely things that you just want to keep pursuing. So I really feel that I have grown, and I've had, like I've mentioned, more passion towards some advocacies. And yeah, I've made a lot of friends as well that I'm very thankful for.
Can you tell us, maybe share with us one of those things that you learned about yourself that made you, a better woman?
Yes. So I was actually raised in a very business setting. I used to sit in my dad's meetings ever since I was 10 years old. And the same goes for my siblings. So we're a very business oriented family. And so I've always been a go getter and I've always had that attitude. However, I also came to realize that I also have a more empathetic side because I'm a very logical person. However, when I did join, I've learned to be more empathetic towards people around me. And I've also discovered that, if you really want to help out in the community, if you really want to do it, then you will do it, because what really matters is the initiative that you take, right? And if you put your mind into anything, like, you will get it. You just have to be persistent and have that determination.
Okay, that's so inspiring. Thank you for
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Speaking of advocacy, one of the things we love about our queens nowadays is you really stand for more than just beauty, right? You have
Yes,
causes that that you want to use your influence for.
of course.
In your case, Sam, what's the advocacy that you are representing, that you're working with?
Yes. So when I first joined Binibini, I chose my advocacy to be building sustainable communities in rural parts of the Philippines. And this was because I worked with Habitat for Humanity all throughout high school. We went to different communities in the Philippines and Indonesia where we built houses, for people who had a hard time attaining basic necessities like food, water, and electricity. However, during my Binibini journey, I'm so happy to say that my advocacy has evolved. And now I'm more focused on sustainable farming. And so every Sunday I go to Cavite to different local farms and, just talk to the local farmers, and they teach you more about agriculture and how to achieve less carbon footing. And so, yeah, it's just been really cool. I've never thought I would do farming in the Philippines. And I really encourage everyone to do it. It's so fun. And, you just feel really like one with nature, and you discover so many ways in which you can be sustainable, which you haven't thought of before.
I completely agree, because the answer to the problem of food supply is if every household is able to plant their own food.
I agree. And
Yeah.
yes, and of course you want to also know what you put into your body, because I'm very health conscious. And if you plant it yourself and you know exactly what's going into your body, even based on just the soil that you use, it's just so much more satisfying and fulfilling knowing that.
Correct. I have a cousin and she has these really small, organic eggplants. And my
Yeah.
mom was saying, if you buy that in a grocery store, that would be so expensive, but you can actually plant it. Okay.
Yes, and it's so easy.
Yeah. Well, maybe in
Yeah.
the future we can have more discussions on these farming projects of yours. Okay, Sam?
Yes, yes. I'm actually
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually starting to build my own sustainable farm with one of the girls I was with in Binibini, Miss Manila, Patricia. So we're starting our own sustainable farm together, and yeah, looking forward to that project.
Cool. That's cool. And of course, you're a queen, you're an influencer. Please use your voice to encourage more people to get into farming. Okay? All right.
Yes.
So you mentioned about being health conscious. Of course, when you join a beauty pageant, much as the beauty inside and out, the beauty outside also matters. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk about the physical aspects, and help us teach our viewers how they can be more like you. How can they follow so that they can be as fit as Sam? All right. So in terms of fitness, Sam, what is your exercise or workout routine?
Yes. So with my diet, ever since I was in college, I love to try extreme diets, which I really don't recommend for everyone because, it really depends on your body type. But for me, I like to experiment, and I'm also I cook at home, so I love to cook. I actually curate my own recipes. I have a food Instagram called Wifey Worthy Meals, so I put all the macros in there and whatnot. But if we're talking about diets, the one diet that really works for me is fasting. And so I make it a point to fast for 3 days, at least twice a month. So it's just a water diet. And I think there's so many benefits to it if you really do your research. You produce ketones, your insulin levels are better, and it also prevents heart diseases and diabetes. So yeah, fasting. And also, I'm a firm believer that if you want to lose weight, then just simply don't eat. Diba?
Do you follow a certain, Sam? I'm sure you do your readings. You did your research before you got
Mhm.
into fasting, right? So,
Yes.
are you guided by a doctor or a nutritionist in your fasting?
For the first year that I did fasting consistently, I went to a nutritionist, and they just checked all my sugar levels to make sure that I'm not pushing it too hard.
Okay.
So yes, they said 3 days or 6 days a month of not eating is totally okay for my body, at least, and for my age and my weight and my height. So it really depends. So I would recommend whoever wants to try fasting to definitely see a nutritionist before going full blast into it.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So yeah. Thank you for mentioning those other variables because the
Yes.
journey might be different for each one of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So of course there's that part. Okay, but when you do eat, what do you eat? The regular, the other days of the month when you're eating regularly, how
Mhm.
do you eat, Sam?
I usually make my own food, and I try to not put as many sauces on there as possible. I just try to keep it as organic. And I'm also trying to be at least vegetarian twice a week when I do eat regularly. Yeah. And also, yeah, it's just good also for the environment. I did mention sustainable farming, going slight vegetarian or vegan is also helps the environment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Meatless Monday campaign, right?
Yeah.
That's pita. Yeah, that's true. It really lessens the impact on the planet, of
Yes. And if I may also suggest to anyone interested more about sustainability, please watch Cowspiracy or Seaspiracy on Netflix. They're such eye-opening documentaries on why we shouldn't be consuming as much meat or fish products.
Okay. Well, since you're into farming, I also suggest that you watch Kiss the Ground.
I've seen that one. Yes, really good. Yeah.
Beautiful. Like, oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. So, how about hair and skincare? What is your hair and skincare routine?
Definitely always have some collagen. They say, I'm not sure, please correct me if I'm wrong, but they say that once you're 25, you have to start taking extra collagen so that your skin is glowing more and your hair and nails are glowing more as well. And as for my skincare routine, I just like to keep it simple. I just make sure that I remove all my makeup and use a very slight exfoliating scrub to make sure it's all off. And same with the hair, because if you notice, our hair is always so volumized. It's because we always have extensions, and sakit talaga when you remove it. At the end of the day, it feels so amazing. And I'm sure a lot of the girls can attest to this. So yes, just take collagen, make sure you have no makeup, and just put moisturizer.
Okay, got it. Got that. I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
The most important aspect of health that I'd like to ask you is about your mental health, right? Because whatever it is outside wouldn't be like this if internally you weren't healthy, you weren't
Of
okay,
course.
right? So, Sam, how do you manage your mental health? I'm sure there's a lot of, the pressure, right? When people see you outside, they expect you to, you know what I mean? You have to keep it together. So
Right.
how do you do that? What are your mental health what is your mental health practice? Do you have a ritual or a routine?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes, I actually meditate every night for 10 minutes because I have such busy schedules. On top of Beanie Beanie, I'm also handling my family's business. I'm in the marketing aspect, and I also am still learning some coding languages. So I just have a lot going on my mind 24/7, and it's really hard for me to shut down at night. So I think that meditation before sleeping is so very important to me. And also, if I'm having problems or I feel that there's too much pressure, as a natural outgoing person, I'm very social, and I have this circle who I trust, my mom and some of my best friends, and I really find it helpful to talk to them or rant to them if I have problems. That really helps me calm down too. So have an amazing support system and meditation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all the tips that you've shared with us, Sam. They're all very helpful. So before we end this interview, what would you like to tell our viewers here at Hello Doctor Philippines? How can they follow your journey towards your international pageant? How can they support you?
So first of all, I just want to say thank you again, Miss Kai, for having me today. I very much appreciate the health talk. I love to talk about these things. And so yeah, I was really excited about this interview when we first heard about it. To all the viewers, please follow my journey. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And you can find me using Samantha Panlilio _. And I hope that you support me throughout my journey for the Miss Grand International pageant come December.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
So thank you, Ms. Kai.
Yeah, thank you for spending time with Sam and I today. We hope that she shared a lot of really great tips, especially as far as mental health is concerned. All of us are multitasking on a daily basis and we're so hard charged. And Sam has reminded us that, meditation, 10 minutes before you go to sleep, can help you go to sleep and get the rest that you need. So watch out for our next interview in this series with the next Binibining Pilipinas Queen. Until then, this is Kai Magsanak of Hello Doctor, wishing you a happy day, a happy dry or wet day, whatever that is. And